Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
I'm Shane.
We are back with Gravity Falls, Season 1, Episode 13, Boss Mabel.
Okay.
Do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, because, and for people watching this, I know last week I was probably, it either came out late at night or the next day. Sorry about that. We're adding to our schedule, and Zach and I would have a lot of busy things behind the scenes that we're trying to get done so we can get this done for you. We appreciate you understanding. But yeah, I was editing it earlier today, and unlike the last one, I didn't laugh my ass off. Although, I think I laughed harder, or almost as hard, in one particular moment in the last one. And it's when McGucket, there's a part where they tell him not to blow out the jack-o'-lantern, and he does it, and that chick with the deep voice tackles him.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he like goes like a spider. I think when he runs over all this junkyard. It was
like an animal.
Like an animal.
He stands up with his hands.
Yeah, it's so damn. It was funny, but overall, it was a pretty scary episode. It was fucking interesting as hell because, I mean, they presented like this really scary type monster that consumes children, and it's made by all the bad candy that children throw away.
Loser candy.
The loser candy. Yeah, and then of course the side story was Uncle Stan was trying to scare these children, and he never managed to do it until the end when they saw him pretty much naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they left their bags of candy there. And then
he gives it to the kids at the end.
Yeah. It's a great episode. Pretty terrifying, too. I don't like the idea of children get eaten.
No.
Kind of terrifies the hell out of me.
No, it ain't a great idea.
No. But it's
passable in a cartoon for children.
Yeah. And just the fact that Sue bursts out of there, like a pig.
He likes the candy.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times, Seuss is associated with a hamster.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you look like a hamster.
Yeah, he's got the big teeth and the look, the face.
Yeah.
But, no, it's a good recap, and we should get started.
But they taste just like chips.
Chip-flavored crackers.
Yeah.
Shower! That guy's style.
Hey, the goat!
Zeus, make some new attractions!
You got it, boss. Master.
Wendy, mark up those prices. Higher! Bleed them dry!
Yeesh, Uncle Stan. It's like when you look at tourists, all you see are wallets with legs.
That's not true.
Thanks for taking me to the Mystery Shack, Daddy.
I'm feeling car sick.
He's sad.
Oh, look at him! All that hair!
Uncle Stan, this is demeaning.
What? I don't know. Demeaning of that word. Yeah. If you throw money at him, he dances. Ooh, thank you. You don't make money by giving stuff away. You're off of register duty.
But...
No butts except yours out the door.
What if you hunted down a real attraction instead of lying to people for a living?
And you should have never been
Glittery signs attract tourists. Also large birds. That's funny.
Ask people questions, do the question dance.
That sounds amazing. Oh, cool.
Yeah. And remember, folks, we put the fun in no refund.
I bet you'd make way more money being nice than being a big grumpy grump to everyone all the time.
I'd make more money on vacation than you would running this place.
Then why don't you go on vacation?
Interesting. All right. You run the shack, and I'll go on vacation. Deal!
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 Deal! Deal.
Can I help you, sir? I'm here to take all the cash from your wheel.
Stan is no longer with us.
He's dead? No! It should have been me!
Whoa, Zeus. Stan's not every day living life very much every day satisfied. Great, what is saying here so far?
Dick, dodge, dig, and dodge. Waddle.
Waddles.
Damn.
All right, people.
Time to show Stan how a real mystery hunter does it. Dipper out!
I'm having a heart attack! And the only cure is to be a contestant on Cash Wheel!
Should we escort him off the lot? That man is a self-centered attention hog with no regard for human decency. Get him on TV!
So it worked, but not for the same reason that he thought it was going to work.
And his costume is more, revealing than I expected.
Zeus, don't give up. Anything is possible when you...
You know what I think of when I see that?
Me?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't blame you. I love fat shaming. I do.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Please.
Yeah.
Shame is the greatest motivator, actually.
But I...
Is it working for you? Maybe I need to shame you more.
So
You
cold.
should. Maybe not on camera, but you should.
What's this?
Please have a refund. Wendy, you got a lot of cleaning up to do.
Whoa, all this rule stuff's starting to make you sound like Stan.
What? No, I'm not. Take the rest of the day off?
With full pay?
Of course.
Oh, no, she's...
Mabel Pine?
I'm questioning the question mark! Oh, dude, it stinks so bad!
she keeps doing it.
I'm Donna from
I'm Stan Pines! Did we already do me? Hello? I'm Stan! Cash shower!
Cash shower!
Yes!
Mr. Pines? No, you don't need to take your clothes off. No, go to commercial. Go to commercial!
It's fake, honey. You can see the strings.
What? Those aren't strings, that's body hair. Fun fact about this little guy, if you look into his eyes, you can see your worst nightmare. Amazing, right?
Oh.
Thanks again for visiting. How did he get out of his locked cage?
Well,
Oh, gosh.
Gave him a break?
Doggy?
Anything to say to your fans out there?
See you tomorrow night, Mabel!
I'm the singing salmon, spending all day jamming.
Sitting there.
Singing salmon.
Hey, monster! Take a look at this!
Good idea.
we've got a lot of work to do, but if we hurry, we can still beat Stan.
Actually just met this pack of wolves, and I think they're gonna, raise me as one of their own. I should really be at the den right now.
I have had it! I fought a monster to save this business.
You're acting different.
You shut your yaps! What have I become?
I'm giving none of this to charity!
And now you can go.
This shack is filled with wonders never before seen by human eyes.
Am I a man? Am I a baby? These are legitimate questions.
Are you a man or are you a baby, Shane?
Fill the whole jar!
Minus the money to replace all the furniture, supplies to fix the shack, that leaves us...
$1.
Oh.
Tick tock! Time's up, kids! I won $300,000!
And then he lost it.
What is a 6-letter word you use to ask for something politely? For example, may I...
Do I look like an idiot, folks? The word is gimme. 2 E's.
Some might even say it's the magic word.
Abracadabra.
Oh, God.
Didn't your agreement say something about Stan having to do some kind of apology dance if he lost?
Let me just... I'm Stan and I was wrong. I'm singing the Stan wrong song. I shouldn't have taken that chance.
That was my recap. His reaction. What did you think?
Now, it was another really good one.
Yeah.
Besides the episode itself, it made me think of so many things we could talk about. But the episode itself was really good. The idea of Mabel being in charge, him going out of town, winning $300,000, losing it.
All in that simple.
Yeah,
simple
well,
word.
first thing it made me think of was, do you have a favorite game show?
Used to be Jeopardy. I've got a very limited range that I've seen because
For me,
we
I've
had Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Pretty much is what we had.
Yeah.
So-
And I believe out there they got The Price is Right out there, didn't they?
Well, there's other ones.
Yeah.
Price is Right. Price is Wrong, bitch. But no, probably Jeopardy.
Yeah, I really like Jeopardy. I mean, I haven't seen it in years, but every time I've watched it, I get pretty into it.
Yeah, sometimes you get lame categories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes I've watched Wheel of Fortune. My dad used to watch that, and I was very entertained, and it's cool to guess, you know? I mean,
I
it's
just never got that into Wheel of Fortune.
yeah, I like it. The thing is with Jeopardy, I mean, there's a bit of chance and a little bit of everything because you can't always pick your categories or pick certain things. Some people think the randomness is a fun component of games. It just depends. You know what I mean? Like with Wheel of Fortune, you spin a wheel and you can lose shit.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I like trivia.
Yeah.
I enjoy trivia, so...
I do as well.
So
I'm not particularly the best at it, but I enjoy
No,
it.
I ain't saying I am. I just... When you do get categories of things you do really like, it's very enjoyable.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get categories you kind of know shit about.
Mm-hmm. It's always cool. I'll never forget during we had at St. Mary's Catholic School, we always had of course we had a spelling bee, and then we had what's it called? It's like a history academic fair. Not fair, but history academic bee. Equivalency of a spelling bee. Mm-hmm. And I was second place, and I was in 8th grade, and I remember they asked a question, and for some reason I knew the answer. But I thought I would sound stupid if I said it wrong, and I didn't. I was like, I looked at it was Bryant. He said, say it to me. I didn't say anything. And then the other person had the answer, and it was the same answer I picked. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't believe it. And she's like, you gotta take a chance. You miss all the shots you don't take.
What about the wallets with legs?
You know that? It was funny, but it kind of freaked me out. I get freaked out
How
easy.
does that freak you out?
Because if we saw one of those...
It's a cartoon.
What would you do if you were like, in the bathroom and the door was open and something was running from this room back to where you were in that toilet? What would you do?
Just anything?
It was like one of those things.
A wallet with legs.
Yeah. And it was
I wouldn't be terrified of a wallet with legs.
And if it was just big, you wouldn't like be terrified?
It's a fucking wallet with legs.
I'm not talking about it like a little wallet. I'm talking about like a big ass wallet.
I don't know. How could it even fit through the house if it's that big?
I mean, big, like as big as a person.
Exactly. It's a fucking wallet. They'd have to turn sideways to get through doors and shit.
It would just be some magical creature. I would have to be. Because you know that doesn't exist.
Obviously.
If I saw some shit that doesn't exist.
If I saw one of the vampires from The Strain, I'd go, fuck. I would get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But a wallet, I mean, I don't know.
Let
me see this wallet.
It would scare me. It would scare me. If I just saw something like that. It's like aliens. Like, sometimes they don't look very imposing. But the idea of them.
I don't know. Either the little aliens from X-Files, the little big-headed little gray men.
Yeah, if I was in the woods and say if I was out at the farm, I was walking from like the upper barn, lower barn.
I would be very tempted to kill it.
Lower barn.
Now, but if it was one of the aliens from the X-Files movie, the old one, do you remember that movie?
I never saw it.
And the aliens encounter Neanderthals,
mm-hmm.
and one of the Neanderthals kills the alien eventually.
Okay.
But they're actually imposing aliens that actually pose a threat.
Yeah.
So if it's something like that, or a xenomorph from the movie Alien.
Yeah, oh, well, those are horrifying.
Yeah, fuck no. And then you get the fuck out of there.
You know what's weird is, like, the gray aliens terrify me more than xenomorphs, I feel like.
Why? Because you think of, like, that Rob Zombie video I showed you?
Yeah, I think of them, like, taking me and abducting me and taking me away. Like, the xenomorph, I think, is like a monster. And just, for me, a monster is as horrifying as, like, a guy, something coming down from outer space that's intelligent.
Well, you should really watch The Hunt for the Skinwalker then.
Why should I? It sounds like it scared the hell out of me.
Just love it.
I think it scared the hell out of me.
Yeah. You watched the other Bob Lazar shit, but Bob Lazar shit honestly was more focused on the technology.
Yeah, I think that was interesting, yeah.
But The Hunt for the Skinwalker is more about there's a lot of freaky shit going on in this basin in Utah that it sounded pretty fucked up. I don't know if there's any legitimacy to it.
Yeah.
But evidently, there was a lot of fucked up shit going on out there.
Yeah.
Did you notice the scanner in Stan's office?
No.
It's the scanner that Dipper used in Double Dipper, or whatever it is. Whatever that episode was. Where he scans himself and makes copies.
Oh. Okay, well, damn.
It was still in Stan's
Well, there was a bunch of things in there that I was wondering, okay, I'm pretty sure we've seen some of these things before. Mm-hmm. You know, right when I was trying to take a detailed look, I was staring at the bass on the wall.
Yeah.
And then 10 seconds later... 10
seconds
later, he was pushing. I was like, damn it, why did I focus on that? Yeah.
Well, are you a wagering man?
Well, you know what's interesting is... No. Not really.
No.
I'm really not, honestly.
I used to be more when I was younger. I'd be willing to stick my neck out for on a wager. But now...
It depends. Like, if we're arguing about something and I know I'm right, I'll say, do you want to bet?
I used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah, but now, like I never double down unless I know I'm right. And if if I'm not convinced or sure I'm right, then I definitely don't double down. I knew a guy, he doubled down on shit he was wrong about all the time.
It was dumb.
It was. Yeah.
You have to be a very slick con man to...
No, he believed. I think he believed he was right.
I'm not saying that he was. I'm saying that you have to be a slick con man to make those kind of wagers all the time and know how to manipulate the situation.
I'm definitely not that.
I ain't either.
Yeah.
Most of the time I just assume I'm wrong, and then I'm I'll roll with it.
Like I don't know, like because I'm the kind of guy I don't like being disappointed. Like for sports, like every time there's a team I want to win, I try to convince myself that they'll probably lose, and they usually end up winning.
Just setting the bar. You're low.
Like
you're managing your expectations.
Yeah.
So. Makes sense. That man's a self-centered attention hog with no regard for human decency.
Yeah.
Put him on TV.
That was funny.
So, what do you think about pushover bosses? Have you ever had one?
I had a guy I work with at Giant Eagle. He's a hell of a guy in some ways.
Do I know this guy?
You might.
Did he go to my school, this guy?
I'm not going to say.
But I know this guy.
I'm not going to say. I didn't say anything. But he... No, like, I had a lot of personally good conversations with him. I think the problem was he wasn't older. He was around my age. I think he was younger. And he took it very seriously. And he was very serious about the job. And in some ways he was a pushover. But I think just like Mabel, when people would take advantage of him, like good-looking girls who were coworkers, take advantage of him. And then he would like, all right, this is what we're fucking doing. We're cleaning this, we're cleaning that. I'm like, dude, chill out.
Yeah. So he tried to make up for it.
Yeah, but then... So sometimes we'd rotate and then, okay, you're in charge of the front today, and it usually just means like you're. It just I don't know. It's like it's just like a ceremonial thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, granted, his position was like an unofficial kind of like front end store manager. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he did have certain things like keys to the office, stuff like that. But like, it wasn't hard really to do his job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was pretty easy. But he just took it very seriously, and yeah, he was kind of a pushover. But then like. When shit wasn't getting done, he would become a dick, and then people didn't like him.
I don't think I've ever had a pushover boss. I've had bosses that just didn't give a shit.
Yeah. And so we had a couple bosses that didn't give a shit. They were cool to talk to, but like when shit got hard, all right, well, let's work now. We're busy. Let's work. Don't talk. Don't sit down. Stand up. Let's work. I'll work too. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
different.
And if we were slow, he'd be like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just don't,
Laid back.
He was laid back, yeah.
I've had laid back bosses. When I worked on the river, the captain on our boat was really laid back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, I have a work ethic. Mm-hmm. So I would go out and do a lot of shit and keep things clean. So they just kind of say, okay, well, this guy's a good worker, so we're not going to give him a hard time. Yeah. And that's kind of the feeling I got from that situation. And then when you're off hours, when we didn't have tow work, and it wasn't summer, because in the summer months you chip and paint the boat and other things. Mm-hmm. And do a lot of cleaning and shit on the barges. And maintenance. Well, in the winter months, there wasn't that much to do outside. Yeah. So you could just knock off for however long until there actually was work. Yeah. So there was a lot more laid back out there in those months, and with a person that understands that you don't have to be domineering. Yeah. With people.
Well, the people aren't gonna like you. They're not gonna follow you.
Yeah. Well, the boss I have now is probably the best boss I've ever had. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool to have because they lead by example. He ain't afraid to get his hands dirty. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't like he knows everything. He's Superman.
Yeah, the guys at Giant Eagle who ran the store, there's two of them, or two or three of them. Mm-hmm. They were damn good bosses. Like I remember our head manager Donnie. When it was thunderstorming, he'd have the guys who were pushing carts like, come inside. Yeah, I mean, if it was raining real hard, it was like come on inside for a little bit, mm-hmm. and he'd go out there himself and push carts in the rain or when it's lightning. Yeah, yeah, I mean, and he would do any job, and he would always say, "I'm not too good to do this." He would do the low man on the totem pole stuff, and he would do.
Yeah, she just liked to work and liked to get out there and participate.
I don't know if he liked it. He wanted to just to show everyone that hey, we're all a team here, and I'm not too good to stock shelves. If it needs done, and no one, and we're, I'll help. You know what I mean? But at Family Ford, the guy who was my boss there, he was one of the best bosses I ever had because he was almost like a friend in some ways. I still keep in touch with him a little bit, and he was like an expert car salesman. And then he got to the point where he was running the front end. And he was just a very inspirational guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was very honest. He's a car salesman, but he's very, very honest. Yeah, I mean, so it was just, yeah.
All right. Don't suck the ghost of his dick too hard. You remember that? Rick and Morty?
Yeah, yeah.
When they thought Rick was dead?
Yeah, with Sam.
Yeah. Rich, the game show host, you know who played his voice? Mm-hmm. It's an obvious one. I have to say this all the time.
Get my Origin?
Yeah. Right, one of the shows we had to do.
Well, I was thinking him.
Well played.
Yeah. I was thinking him, but alright.
And the Gremlins. The thing that Dipper caught.
Yeah.
Does that remind you of anything? I don't know if you ever watched these movies like I did growing up. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm wondering.
I don't.
Gremlins.
I was going to say that, but I've never seen those movies.
I have seen them, and I watched the first one quite a few times. I watched the second one a lot more.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with water.
Yeah.
Well, and the gremlins, you throw water on them, they reproduce.
Wow.
And you feed them after midnight. No. I might have that wrong. The water kills them.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It makes them reproduce because in the first one, the one falls into the pool.
Yeah.
And it just keeps fucking multiplying. Like these little pods grow out of its back. And it just keeps multiplying into this army of gremlins.
Jesus, why don't they just go find water and do that?
Like, yeah, if you feed them after midnight, they change. That's what it is. Because they reproduce if you put water on them. And if you feed them after midnight, they transform from this little furry mogwai.
Yeah. Which
is what they're referred to in the beginning.
Okay.
Like Gizmo, the main one. Mm-hmm. He's this cute little fluffy thing with these big ears on it. You might think it kind of looks like a Furby now, almost, with arms.
I think I've seen what they look like.
Yeah.
But is it a comedy or is it a horror or is it both?
Kind of a little bit of both.
Okay.
More like a slapstick horror. Kind of like Evil Dead kind of shit, where it's just kind of goofy. But not a lot of horrible things happen to people.
Well, good.
It's just like a bunch of goofy-ass little things that run around and terrorize the town.
Okay.
But they transform into those green, ugly-looking...
I don't think I've seen those.
Okay, well, that's what they transform into. That's how it took me a minute to fucking remember.
Okay,
but yeah. So that's definitely a lot of Gremlin reference there. Especially it's flying away at the end. Mm-hmm. In Gremlins 2, one of them gets bat wings, flies off somewhere and shit.
Okay. You know what?
It might be sunlight that kills him.
Okay. Dipper's plan to capture some magical beast and bring him in. Mm-hmm. Like, that is a good plan. They should just find something that's not that monster.
Yeah. You could have catch some gnomes. It's something.
It's like I get the impression that only the children see these things. Or I don't know.
He'll find out.
Gideon, he's got a book.
Mm-hmm. The journal.
He's got the journal. He at least understands that there's shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't want to give away too much.
Okay.
So.
Well then,
but one thing I want to lay down here, and it's something I think that maybe I don't know if we should do it because I know I can get caught up in it.
What's that?
But the Stand Wrong song.
Well, if we're wrong, we'll fucking do a little dance to them. What's the thing? Like, I'm not like if I don't know I'm right, I'm not going to say anything. I'll go. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. There's been times that we have been wrong.
I've never doubled down on something I've been wrong about.
No, it's just being wrong in general.
We're gonna be wrong a lot. You know what I mean?
Well, there's got to only be for the big things.
All right, for the big things,
we gotta have Jamie here for it, but maybe we can just do it between you and I on the shit we do.
Okay. Well, if we're wrong about something big,
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Another thing. So when they were hiding from the monster, the Grim, what's it called?
The Grimloblin.
The Grimloblin. It just reminded me of movies, shows where people are hiding from some kind of monster. So one of the first things that came to mind to me actually was War of the Worlds, when they're in that basement with Tim Robbins, Tom Cruise, and he has to kill him. But before that, the aliens were sending that probe snake-like camera thing.
Yeah, and
they send the aliens down there. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking of Stranger Things. I think it was particularly the most recent season where they're hiding.
Which part?
It was in the mall, I think, right? Mm-hmm. And they were trying to get
the towards the end of the movie.
The series. Yeah. Right. That was horrifying. Yeah, it just made me think of that. Do you have like a memory or like a favorite instance when you were watching one of those things that particularly scared you or was well done?
I mean, definitely a classic one would be Jurassic Park when the kids are in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's definitely classic.
And the raptors are walking around.
Yeah.
And they're trying to they're the ones running, and you think it's actually running at the kid, but here's the reflection.
Yeah.
The kid's on the other side. It was really well done.
It was really well done, yeah.
And, well, you mentioned Stranger Things. Well, in the first season,
that's just a hell of a series.
The Demogorgon, when that one kid is in the Upside Down,
yeah,
and it's outside of his little tent, and you can hear it going around.
Yeah, good lord,
they did a good job with that thing for the most part.
And it definitely evoked that era quite a bit. Like it really feels like, oh, this is in that era.
Well, like when it kills the one girl's friend.
Yeah, Barbara.
Barbara. That was a pretty rough death.
That was rough.
Drags her back and like fucking impregnates her or whatever with the little thing.
It's awful.
Just like the xenomorphs do.
Yeah.
I guess.
Jesus.
That's a pretty bad way to go.
And you know, a character I really liked, ended up really liking, was the redhead chick's stepbrother.
Redhead chick.
He's a prick. And he's
oh, yeah.
like the lifeguard guy. He's
Yeah.
good looking. He's a Power Rangers. He played the Red Ranger, yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, he played the... He
was Jason, huh?
I think it was Jason, yeah.
Yeah.
So, he was a prick.
Was it Jason? Who was it? Tommy. Tommy was the
Tom,
Green
yeah, he
Ranger.
played Tom, yeah.
Jason was the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
Tommy was the Green Ranger.
Yeah, he played Jason. He played the Red Ranger, yeah. So, he's a prick, but I like his story, especially, like, the stuff with his mother. You find out that, like, he had a really bad backstory. Mm-hmm. And then he sacrificed himself.
Redeems himself.
Which is always good, and it was very sad.
But he was a pretty big piece of shit.
No, he definitely was. Yeah. But, all the people are going down that fucking basement and they're fucking melting and shit. Oh, good lord. It's a good show.
Rough.
It's a good show.
What?
I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Once again, Gravity Falls. It's a great episode. Can't wait to the next one.
It doesn't usually disappoint. Actually, it doesn't disappoint at all. So.
What's the opposite of disappointment?
I don't know.
That's very disappointing.
Too bad. All right. Thanks, everyone, for coming back. If you like us, like and subscribe. You'll find us also on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know the shit they put on there.
Just third sheet reactions. Yeah, you should see.
You'll find whatever shit. Jamie takes pictures, I guess. I don't know. But if you don't, you won't.